Drink Cinema! Cheers.
Welcome to a very special, well, just special, episode of Two Drink Cinema. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee.
We are two brothers talking about lots of movies. Two drinks at a time. It is our Oscars/Razzies special that we didn't get to do last year because you had COVID, or did I have COVID?
I had COVID in March.
This is March.
Yep.
So you
So
had COVID.
probably me. Well, I think we slightly overlapped or backed onto each other.
Quite possibly.
Yep. Who knows?
So we are talking about the Razzies and the Oscars because it is awards season.
It's the end of awards season, everybody.
We have already
Sorry.
had the SAGs, the BAFTAs, the Golden Globes.
Yep.
And that is informing your awards, the Oscars.
Yes. Not so
Not
much
so much
yours.
informing mine because there is no Razzie version of the Golden Globes.
No.
Even though it's probably the Hollywood foreign press that could say this is the shittest movie of the year.
They've done that before. They've nominated a few questionable things. We all know the Golden Globes aren't that great, but let's move on.
Okay. So the first thing I wanted is, let's talk about who's nominated the most
Yeah.
in categories. So
Right.
in the Razzies, the fact that Blonde is nominated for 8 Razzies, but Ana de Armas is nominated for Best Actor
Yeah.
is very odd.
Uh,
Considering in our watching, we could have nominated her for Worst Actress.
I would have. I thought she was terrible.
But
But we know the Oscars love a biopic.
they love a biopic and they love a movie about Hollywood.
Yeah, even
And
if
so
it does
Marilyn
make
is
people
both.
look bad.
Yeah. Even though it's not true, it's close enough to being Marilyn Monroe
That's
in a
true.
biopic
Yeah.
to get the nom.
Even if she did have a slight Spanish accent
Yeah.
during the movie.
During
It was a
most of it.
mess.
Yeah.
I struggled. I had to watch it in 2 parts.
I did too, because I fell asleep. And then I came back to it. So Blonde has the most Razzie nominations with 8. Picture, 2 supporting actors, 2 screen couples, worst remake, worst director, and worst screen.
Is one of the screen couples her and the scene where she's at the doctor?
No. Ooh, the doctor and the shot
Yeah,
out of her
yeah.
Woodsit. No, it is her and the person that was definitely not, probably for legal reasons, John F. Kennedy.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
In the
Just Mr. President.
in the writer decided that event was non-consensual moment. Yeah. We'll talk about. Well, we can rant about Blonde now or a little bit later.
Maybe a little bit later.
Okay. So Blonde is leading the nominations, and then there's a movie called Good Morning, which has 7. Disney's Pinocchio has 6.
Oh, gosh.
Morbius has 5, and The King's
bad.
Daughter has 3.
Wow.
And there's a few other in there. What is well nominated on the good side of things, Brett?
Well, this little movie that nobody's talked about for a year, Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Oh, yes.
has 11 Oscar nominations.
That's
which is-
Titanic level.
that's Not quite,
But it's up
but
there.
it's up there.
Yeah.
If it wins all of them, it'll be Titanic level, but it won't because it can't. And
can't it?
Well, because there's 2 in the same category.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
unless
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a tie,
Can it work like that?
there can be a tie.
Has there been a tie?
There's been ties.
So does that mean they have spare statues just in case?
They know ahead of time.
Oh,
The people that make the statues.
okay.
It's not like they get to the end and go, sorry, we'll get you one later.
It's not like they give them one and then they're like, I'll give it back
Sorry,
while you're
we-
at Elton John's party
yeah.
so we can engrave it.
We need this for editing.
Yeah.
Can we just give it to you later?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like the Brownlow where they just have a few just in case.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
I
engrave it
assume they
after.
have because you have to know, in terms of song and producers and stuff, there's different numbers for each movie.
I reckon they just have 20 out the back.
Yeah, they just have a thing. You go, oh, and we'll get it engraved for you later at the Vanity Fair party.
They're the plaster ones left over from
When it was the war.
time.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just use them as props every year
Yeah.
and probably let them hold on to them for the party
Yes.
because they might get lost
Yeah.
because they could party.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, I'd take it to the toilet with me. I wouldn't let anybody
Chain
touch
it to my
that.
chest and just make it there the whole night.
Well, apparently they're pretty heavy. So.
Not the plaster ones.
No, not the plaster ones.
But the
plaster of
gold ones.
Paris. Well, maybe
right.
not Paris.
So Everything Everywhere All at Once is 11 times
11.
nominated.
Yep.
What else is big this year?
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, a bit of Irish.
Yeah, has 9.
Is it nominated for Best Picture?
Yes.
Okay, but tell me, After Sun is nominated for Best
Actor.
Foreign Picture.
No, just actor.
There's something that was made in the UK.
Oh,
that
there's
is
an Irish
nominated-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what makes the Banshees of Inisherin Best Picture and this other one not Best Picture makes it international?
Colin Farrell. No.
He's not American. Is it just because it's too
probably
good?
the studio that makes it. No, because like All Quiet on the Western Front is nominated for Best Picture and International Feature Film, it's called now. It's not foreign language film anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
It's more probably the studios that make it and distribute it and everything.
okay.
Or perhaps it wasn't released here.
Oh, okay.
I saw a short for one of those ones that's up for International Feature Film called EO.
Yep.
I think it's just about a donkey.
Okay.
It looked pretty good. Like, it looks like, oh, this donkey's going to die and you'll be sad at the end.
Oh, so it's a Pixar film then.
Yeah. But it doesn't talk. It's not voiced by...
It's one of the Pixar shorts at the
yeah.
start before you go and see Toy Story 5.
It's not voiced by, like, Steve Buscemi or something.
Oh, God.
Don't know why I said Steve Buscemi, but there we go.
Sorry, Steve, if you're listening. We don't think you're a donkey.
Yeah. Also with 9 is
All Quiet on the
All
Western
Quiet
Front.
on the Western Front, which got a stack load and I think should have got more.
Oh, okay. We'll come to that,
Yeah.
I guess, if we go through the categories,
Yeah.
which we will.
Yep.
Before we do, though, I want to mention an apology and a rescindment, which is not a word,
A resyndication.
from the Golden Raspberry
That's not a
Awards.
word either, is it?
Because last year when we talked about the Razzies, there was a whole category of Bruce Willis.
Yes.
Because he made 8 movies in 2021.
Mm-hmm. And they're all bad.
And they were all not great. And they were all nominated. But there was an official statement by the Razzies saying, this is what it says: "We have made the decision to rescind the Razzie Award given to Bruce Willis due to his recently disclosed diagnosis. If someone's medical condition is a factor in their decision-making and or their performance, we acknowledge that it is not appropriate to give them a Razzie." So they've taken that one back because obviously he's had his medical issues.
Whereas the guy who made Blonde, that decision-making was his choice.
Was allegedly sound mind.
Apparently so.
There's another one they rescinded as well.
Ooh.
They have rescinded Shelley Duvall's nomination for The Shining
because
because Stanley Kubrick was an asshole.
Right.
Slightly different to Bruce Willis's.
Slightly different. Is that what their official statement?
Yeah, no. We have since discovered that Duvall's performance was impacted by Stanley Kubrick's treatment of her throughout the production.
She was... Yeah, okay, she was bad in that, but okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good... That's...
that's good.
That's political correctness gone mad. No,
No,
that's good.
It's good. It's the right thing to do. And
Do it now while he's still here.
yeah. And
Shelley Duvall still
before you
alive?
get cancelled. I think so. Or she died recently. They might have posthumously rescinded her award.
I feel like I would have heard that though. Although I did forget that Meatloaf died, and you'd think I'd remember that. No, it's just like I forgot it happened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she alive.
We're going to go through category by category.
Yes.
Not
Not all of them.
yeah,
Everybody,
not all
don't switch off now.
of the Academy Award categories because there's a lot.
Yeah.
only the ones that aren't televised are we going to go through. Yeah, the ones no one cares about.
So first we will
best
go with first we will go with best live action short. Now, Lee, what did you think? of- nobody watched them. Although I will say one of our local cinemas did do a session of. They showed them all.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
That's good. Well done, them.
I didn't go. I thought about it, but I didn't
Oh,
go.
do you know what I haven't mentioned for people on YouTube?
We're on
not
YouTube?
in the different studio. We're not in my studio.
Oh, we're in a previous studio.
We're in studio number 2. And the reason for that is because we are going from here to our favourite bar, Pride of Our Footscray, afterwards. So if you're listening to this when it's released, don't go to Pride looking for us tonight.
It's released on Friday, isn't it? Maybe you might see it.
Still go to Pride, but there's no guarantee we will be there.
No.
There's a good I'm going out in Yarraville, so there's a good chance I will kick on to Pride
Yeah.
because there's live band karaoke in Yarraville. So there's a good chance that I'll kick on from there to Pride.
That's interesting.
So if you are listening to this on the day it's released, about midnight at Pride,
Yeah.
if you find us at about midnight, Brett and I will be at that stage where we will happily buy you a drink.
Yeah, I'll buy you 2 drinks.
Yeah. 2-drink cinema.
Hey, cheers.
Great cocktail bar.
Very good cocktails.
And Mon, the main cocktail maker at Pride, will make you anything except the one from Muriel's wedding.
Okay, good. That was
'Cause it
not
is
nice anyway.
Not great. And I'm not sure they have cherry brandy. They probably do.
I don't know if they would. It's not a nice ingredient. No offense to cherry brandy if you're listening. Cherry brandy also.
the drag queens
Ah,
that perform
you stole my joke, you bastard.
All right.
Oh.
Let's get on with the categories because we've got, 6 each to get through. I'm going to start with the Razzie for Worst Screen Couple.
Can I just say,
Yes.
this is my favourite Razzie category because it is hilarious. I love it when it's like not 2 people.
All right.
When
well,
it's
this
like a couple of years ago, it was like Jared Leto and whatever that accent was
Yeah.
in the House of Gucci.
Well, we've got a bit of that. We have in Worst Screen Couple the nominations Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, and Mod Sun in Good Morning. Now, a disclaimer: Good Morning has a lot of nominations, but to rent it on Apple TV was $7.
Well, no, why would I pay that?
As much as I love this podcast, I'm not paying $7 to spend 2 hours watching something that's nominated for 6 Razzies.
Megan Fox wouldn't even pay $7 to watch that.
So, aka Machine Gun Kelly and Mod Sun for Good Morning.
Okay.
This is one you not. Both real life characters in the fallacious White House bedroom scene in Blonde.
Oh God, that was bad and uncomfortable.
Andrew Dominic and his issues with women for Blonde.
Oh God, Jesus.
The 2 365 Days sequels. So they've nominated the 2 movies
as a couple.
Are so bad. They were
Nice.
both released in 2022.
Yeah.
And this one, Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face and ludicrous accent for Elvis.
That's a throuple.
Not for Disney's Geppetto.
Well, no, okay.
I think it could be both.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face in Elvis. Tom Hanks and his ludicrous accent in Geppetto, as Geppetto in Pinocchio.
Can I just say, and I told you so?
Yeah. You
When
did say that
we
straight
watched
the movie.
After Elvis, I said that is the worst movie that Tom Hanks has ever made.
Well, he tried to top it with Disney's
Yeah,
Pinocchio.
I was going to say I haven't seen Pinocchio since then.
Well, I have, and his accent is shit.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know if Hollywood's worked it out yet, but there are these things from Italy,
Pizza.
actors.
Oh,
Yeah, there
right.
are also actors from Italy.
Yeah.
So you could it's Pinocchio and it's Disney.
Mm.
You don't need Tom Hanks to make people want to go and see it.
No.
Number one, right?
No.
Then my issue from there gets stronger because it's obviously set in Italy.
Uh-huh.
Right? Pinocchio, Geppetto.
Cynthia Erivo. Yep.
Yeah. The only Italian accent
Is Geppetto.
is Geppetto.
Not even... Okay.
Jiminy Pinocchio, American. Jiminy Cricket, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Keegan-Michael Key is
Oh,
the wolfy
God.
thing that steals him away. Everyone's American. And then they make Tom Hanks do this terrible, every only second word, Italian accent.
That's okay.
So his acting performance isn't terrible. You can't get to his acting performance because of his accent.
Yep.
And it was the same, I think,
It was
in
the same
Elvis.
with Blonde.
Yes.
Her accent distracted me so much.
So we're doing tips for this one.
Yep.
I am tipping that it's going to go to
The two movies.
the two movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen either of them. I'll disclaimer it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, you know what though?
Although-
I don't know if they'd give it to Blonde.
What?
You can't give Tom Hanks a Razzie.
Or you can.
You can.
What? We said that the Oscars love a biopic and a movie about Hollywood.
Yep.
The Razzies seem to lean towards disappointing movies rather than just flat out bad movies.
Like, yeah, okay. Blonde
So-
somebody told me this person in a biopic about Marilyn Monroe sounds great. I'll watch that. Disappointing.
Yes. Tom Hanks with Baz Luhrmann.
Disappointing.
Great, disappointing.
Yeah.
So that makes me think it could be Tom Hanks because it certainly is the most disappointing performance because you have no expectations of Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
And if
So-
you do, adjust your expectation.
It's a 2-horse race, which you're going to say a lot tonight. I think
am gonna
between
say
the
a lot
two
tonight.
365 Days sequels and Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face and ludicrous accent, it is a thruple, in Worst Screen Couple for the Razzies. Write that down.
There you go.
Yours. You don't have Worst
I
Screen
don't have
Couple,
worst screen couple.
but you have, what are you doing
I don't have
for
best
us?
screen couple either.
No, that's true.
Although if it was, it'd be Michelle Yeoh and pick a person.
Michelle Yeoh and
This one or the daughter or the
No.
dad or Jamie Lee Curtis, pick one.
the couple, story-wise, I think the coupling of Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis
Yeah.
is very good for the story.
Yes. I've gone with a couple of categories. See what I did there?
Oh, very clever.
And with the musicness of it all.
Okay.
So there are two music categories.
Yes.
Music original score
Yep.
and music original song.
In the olden days,
Mm-hmm.
what was different about music?
Well, there's less electronic influence and
Just realised that sounded like a Philomena Kunk question. In the olden days, music was different. How?
yeah.
Have you watched that?
No, it's on my list
very
of things
funny.
to watch.
I feel like at every
I keep
episode
that,
I
I
watch,
see a lot of clips
Yeah.
and then I'm like, no, don't watch it because that'll ruin it.
every episode there's about 6 things that I remember from TikTok. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you haven't watched Kunk on Earth, watch it, everyone, including Brett. Things used to be different about music in the Academy Award categories.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
They used to have more categories or different categories might be
Okay.
better. So there used to be a category called best scoring of a musical picture.
Oh, like a Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, so there were more musicals. Like Prince won one for like
The Batman Returns
best,
soundtrack.
he wrote all the songs for Purple Rain. And it was
Oh,
like
okay, yeah,
best music in a movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever the category used to be called. But now it's just score and song
Okay.
because there's no musicals.
You talk about best original score. I'm wearing my John Williams t-shirt.
Yeah, which is good. So he's an up and comer.
I thought I'd support this young bloke.
Yeah.
Because he seems to write some good stuff.
Yeah.
What have we got?
Yeah, so the nominees are Volker Brotkoprom for All Quiet on the Western Front, Justin Hurwitz for Babylon, Carter Burwell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Sun Lux, I'm probably saying that terribly, for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and John Williams for The Fablemans.
Oh, hang on. John Williams for a Spielberg movie?
Yeah, apparently at the last Oscars, somebody introduced them.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey, you make good movies, you write good songs. Then you
I would-
it was that
nah.
George Lucas guy
I
who's
would
done a couple
never
of movies.
have picked those guys to work together.
Yeah.
No, they just don't seem... It just doesn't make sense to me. John Williams and Steven Spielberg, I don't know.
No, I don't think it'll last. I don't think that
But-
he'll get 60 Oscar nominations.
Their first
not
time
that
together,
many.
maybe they'll pull an Oscar out of
Maybe
the
they won't.
hat. What do you think?
I think it's a 2-horse race. No, I think Babylon. Babylon
Okay.
music was good, and it was also a bit different. It wasn't like your typical orchestral score
Yeah.
thing. It was a bit more jazzy and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good. But I also wouldn't be surprised if All Quiet on the Western Front won that as well. Copy, paste.
I don't want this to sound like how I'm going to say it.
You're not going to watch a German movie?
Do you think they just go, like we took the piss just before, do you think the Academy just goes Spielberg, Williams, nomination?
Sometimes, because I didn't think the music in the Fabelmans was like that great.
You didn't think it was outstanding, groundbreaking?
Like, I thought there was better music in other movies.
Yeah, 4 others at least.
Yeah, I'd say more than, like the music in Black Panther was better.
It was good in Black Panther.
But it is, it's John Williams. Sometimes I see people do things and they go, wow, that's amazing. Just because it's got their name on it.
Yeah, like if we released another podcast, people would just go, well, that's going to be great.
Yeah, and if we go to the song one, they do that with the song one.
Can I rant about songs, or do you want to say your nomination first?
I think I know your rant.
Has something changed about Best Original Song recently?
That's what I was thinking.
Because Take My Breath Away, I don't know why that one comes to mind, right?
Okay.
From Top Gun.
But maybe that's why.
Because Top Gun Maverick, right? That's nominated this year. Take My Breath Away is in the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head these 5, but are these 5 songs over the credits?
As of 2019, the Academy's rules stipulate that an original song consists of words and music.
Okay.
Most of which are original and written specifically for the motion picture. There must be a clearly audible, intelligible, substantive rendition, not necessarily visually presented, of both lyric and melody used in body of the motion picture or as the first music cue in the end credits. I actually think that it changed because at one time I thought that, it changed in 2019, that if it was just the song at the end of the credits, it wasn't eligible.
Yes, because I don't like that, because part of the art of writing a song for a movie is to make it fit the movie.
Yes.
And to, I think, edit it to be within the movie, which is very easy for Take My Breath Away. They just play a love song over a sex scene. Like, that's not difficult for them to do. But just go, we're going to make this Black Panther movie all orchestral score and then put this song at the end, nomination.
Yeah.
Or like, The Lion King. We're gonna do this whole thing, and then someone's gonna write a song for Beyonce to sing over the credits. Beyonce gets a nomination.
Yeah. Whereas is that what happened? No, it wasn't over the credits. It was on the little pictures.
Okay, all right.
Just sticking up for Beyonce.
Yeah, sure.
We don't want Beyonce fans mad at us, Lee.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting across from one. That just as an example that popped into my head.
Yes.
Right. So
because there's a couple in this that fall into that.
What have we got?
So we've got
like 5 of them. The credits.
Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, music and lyrics by Lady Gaga and Blood Pop.
Yep. That's over the credits.
Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Music by Thames, Rihanna, Ryan Coogler, and Ludwig Göransson. Lyrics by Thames and Ryan Coogler.
Credits.
Natu Natu from RRR. Music by M.M. Keeravani. Lyric by Chanda Rombonse. Don't know, I haven't seen it.
Triple R is apparently a great movie.
It's apparently that song's won a fair few things. So that's my pick ahead of time. This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Music by Ryan Lott, David Byrne and Mitski. Lyric by Ryan Lott and David Byrne.
Credits?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember a movie in that song in that movie.
I think it's credits.
I don't know if it is credits.
All right, I'll look it up.
And the last one is Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, music and lyrics by Diane Warren.
Was the song from the Golden Globes TV presentation nominated? Or is that come up in the Emmys because it was televised?
It was televised.
Yeah.
The Golden Globes or the BAFTAs?
The BAFTAs rap.
Yeah. Angela Bassett did. That's it. There we go. We said it. So this one, Diane Warren has been nominated for a shitload of Oscars.
Okay.
And never won.
Oh, okay.
So wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is her
Gosh.
14th Oscar nomination.
For
She's
Best
never
Original
won
Song.
for Best
Goodness
Original
gracious.
Song. And her 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, sixth in a row. So I put some money on the Oscars. And I think that, what do you call it? I think that Natu Natu from RRR will win,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be at all surprised if they did a sneaky pity win for her.
Oh, like a
Like a little, like a Jack Palance.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my
Triple
two
R
tips.
is your tip.
Triple R.
The credits song, I think, is "This Is a Life."
Yeah, okay.
What song plays at the end of Everything Everywhere All at Once? It just gives me the track listing. And that song is first on the track listing.
Because I can't remember there being a song in it. You know what I mean?
There were so many. So the Everything Everywhere All at Once soundtrack was all written by Son Lux, except for Claire de Lune, which was played on the piano by Son Lux.
I was going to say, you got a bit stiff not getting credited for writing that one.
And so, yes, This Is a Life Extended is the first track on the album, written by Son Lux, Mitski, and David Byrne. So I feel like that's a credits one. But
She's done some great songs, that Diane Warren.
oh, yeah, she's all right.
Her first nomination was in 1987.
Take My Breath Away.
For Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now from Mannequin.
Oh, that's a great song.
Because You Loved Me. How Do I Live?
You know what?
I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Oh, God.
You know what movie that song is in? The Starship one.
Starships.
No.
We're meant to... Nothing's Gonna Stop Us
Nothing's Gonna
Now.
Stop Us Now. It's in a movie called The Skeleton Twins that I've told you before to watch.
Okay.
It's got Kristen Wiig and the other guy.
Yeah.
You would imagine Kristen Wiig's with Bill Hader.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yep.
They're in it. They play. It's a very dark comedy. They play suicidal twins. So it's funny despite that. Okay.
Good. She's generally pretty funny.
And so is
Bill Hader. Yeah.
he. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So you're saying Triple R for song and Babylon for score, but it could sneaky pity for Diane Warren.
Sneaky pity for Diane Warren, which wins would be great because then I would win $250.
Oh, okay. We're
I put
cheering
$5 on it.
When you join the academy, you're going to have to stop betting. All right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I'll be on the fucking
You'll be in the
academy. I don't
academy.
give a shit.
All right. The next category
Yeah.
is worst remake / rip-off / sequel. That's my Razzies category. And the nominees are Blonde, both 365 Days sequels, 365 Days This Day, and the next 365 Days.
Oh, they're sequels of the... okay, yeah.
I think they're sequels of each other.
Yes, I was going
And
to
so
say
they're
that.
like, let's do that. Disney's Pinocchio,
Yep.
Firestarter from the Stephen King novel, and Jurassic World Dominion. I've seen Pinocchio, Blonde, and Dominion.
I heard Firestarter was pretty bad, and they nominated the girl in Firestarter
Oh, but then
for
they were
worst
like,
actress, but I was
she's
like,
11.
yeah, let's step back. She wasn't making her decisions properly,
Yeah.
so her parents are nominated instead.
It was. I am going to pick for this.
Surely Blonde.
I think it's between Blonde. Yeah, I'm going to say Blonde. I'm just going to say a straight out one. Blonde. Dominion was bad,
Yes.
but it wasn't bad. I think it was just like
It's
paint by
Jurassic
numbers.
Park.
They just phoned it in.
Is it also because I'm assuming that the Razzies are nominated by a bunch of nerds?
Yeah.
And they would love Jurassic Park. So is it a bit like, how dare you nominate it?
No, I think it was bad.
Okay. I have heard it's pretty bad.
The only good thing about it were the 3 or 4 scenes where Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and Jeff Goldblum are on screen together.
Oh, see? And then everybody goes, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it wasn't
Does he
just...
die in the toilet?
No. It wasn't just the legacy. They were actually good. They were better than Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard on screen together.
Yeah.
So that's my tip for
okay.
that, is that it's going to be Blonde.
And watch this space. Jurassic Park, the original review coming soon on Two Drink Cinema.
Oh, correct. All right, what are you doing next?
Visual effects.
All
You
right.
don't have worst visual effects.
No, I don't have worst visual effects, and you don't have best ripoff.
No, I don't. Best sequel. Well, there's a couple nominated for best picture this year, so you never know. And All Quiet on the Western Front's a remake. So,
Yeah, it could.
visual effects, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yep.
I'm not going to say all the names. Avatar, The Way of Water, because The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun Maverick.
I'm going to go straight out, Way of Water.
You reckon?
It's
did it before.
No, but I've watched the original Avatar and then I watched this one and it's like another level.
Yes. I would say it's between Avatar and Black Panther.
The fact that for 80% of for most of the movie, you're in the Na'vi world.
Pandora?
Yeah. No, you're always on the Na'vi world, but some scenes are mostly human people.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Like them with their dots on their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
had to think what the hell I meant then, didn't you?
So there's the scenes where there's humans, but just I could not tell you a time where I looked at the screen and there was either a Na'vi with a human or a human with a Na'vi, and it was completely seamless. And for 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Were there any scenes like I haven't seen it? Were there any scenes like the first one where it's like Sam Worthington and Sigourney Weaver in like military real world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were quite a few, and there's actually one character who's a real live human boy, not Pinocchio.
Oh,
And he lives in the Na'vi
he
world.
Italian.
He's more Italian.
Oh, but
than
he's
Tom Hanks.
human in the world.
He's human living in the Na'vi world.
Oh.
And for that to be 2 hours of the 3 hour movie seamless,
Yeah, that's good.
I thought was incredible. And it's long been a special effects difficulty to animate water, but we got 3 hours of it.
Yeah.
And he did it very well.
It was like, they'd be like, we're doing it's called The Way of Water. And then these guys were like, fuck, I hate doing water. We're going to have to do 3 hours of water?
I just only learned how to do fire. Now I've got to do water.
Right? It's like at school when we did Into the Woods and I was helping paint the sets. And the art teacher who was like head of the paint set, she was just like, if they ever do anything that needs us to paint green, I'm saying no. I'm like, yeah, fair point.
I have to ever paint a whole fucking forest again.
You should have with so much green paint. Anyway, I will say
I'm saying Avatar. Way
I'm
of
saying
Water.
Avatar as well.
Yep.
Second runner up, Black Panther. I will say I'm surprised Everything Everywhere All at Once didn't get a nod in this one as well.
Those hot dog fingers were seamless.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was, yeah.
Was it nominated for editing?
Oh yeah, it'll win editing.
I think that was almost like, ooh, effects or editing. I think the editing is better than the effects of Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
But then again, Top Gun Maverick, I couldn't, because of what I know about Tom Cruise, it's not an awfully visual effects movie. Like, he actually flew a plane.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas, like, Angela Bassett did not actually
Die. So that was like, that's a good effect.
Yeah.
God, I really hope she doesn't die in the
No.
next 24 hours.
That reminded me of that review we read of the gay one.
Call me by
Call
your
Me By
name.
Your Name. And they were like, if you could be a sexuality and kiss someone of your own gender, I will give you an award. If you can die in a movie, I'll nominate you for Best Supporting Actress. All right, so you're saying Avatar.
Avatar, I reckon, it won for the first one. And apparently this one's better.
James Cameron hasn't won in a while, so...
He hasn't made a movie in a while.
Worst screenplay is the one I'm doing next for the Razzies.
Blonde?
Blonde, written for the screen by Andrew Dominic, adapted from the bio novel by Joyce Carol Oates. Disney's Pinocchio, screenplay by Robert Zemeckis and Chris Weitz, not authorised by the estate of Carlo Collodi.
Oh, wow.
Vistaprint, 50 flies for... Oh, no, that's an ad.
Fucking idiot. Sorry.
There's
I'm more the me swearing and calling someone an idiot is more of myself for not realising what you were doing, but continue. Good morning.
There's literally an ad in the middle of this category.
They paid extra for that.
Oh, geez. And look, they just got to read to all 10 of our listeners.
We didn't use Vistaprint for our business.
No, we didn't. Good morning. This is in quotation marks. Written. Machine Gun Kelly and Mod Sun.
Gosh.
Jurassic World Dominion by Emily Carmichael and Colin Trevorrow. Morbius by Matt Zazama and Burke Sharpless, which does not sound like a real name. Morbius, I think, is a disappointing one. A disappointing nomination.
Yeah, not a terrible
When you look
movie.
at Black Panther Wakanda Forever,
Yep.
and then Marvel also do Morbius, you kind of go, well, Morbius is shit. It's a Sony Marvel, not a Disney Marvel. I'll explain to you off
That's fine.
camera.
It's a sub-level of nerd that I don't need to know.
This is a tough one
Blonde.
for me. Blonde. It's not tough.
Although the
Because-
fact that one of them has written in quotation marks might give it away.
And to be fair, I haven't seen Good Morning. But again, because of the disappointment, it's a bad movie about Marilyn Monroe.
So you don't want to spend $8 watching an apparently terrible movie?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
If it wins, I'll do it.
Okay.
If it wins for,
You're on
for a
record.
number of categories, I'll do it and then I'll talk about
If
it.
it sweeps,
All right, what I'll do, so the Razzie wins come out Sunday. Our time. If it wins, I'll watch it and I'll do a little spiel about it in our Oscars Razzie review episode, which is a special one that comes out on Tuesday, all right?
Yep.
For me, Jurassic World Dominion and Morbius are paint by numbers, right by numbers. So it's blonde for me. You've got two screenplay
I have
categories
two
for the
screenplays
Oscars.
categories. So the first one is adapted screenplay based on a previous material and or
Right,
work.
so the bio novel, Blonde,
All Quiet on the Western Front.
yes, based on a book.
Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
What's that
Well,
based on?
I don't know. I should have looked that up. Living, which is based off a Japanese movie. Top Gun Maverick. And Women Talking. And I...
Okay, so the thing with Top Gun, right?
Yeah.
Someone in what year the first Top Gun came out?
85.
Someone in 1981 or something wrote an article about the actual Top Gun Academy,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then they wrote a movie,
Okay.
okay?
And then they based another movie off that as well.
And then they sued.
Yeah, good. Oh, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
And part of the deal was, okay, we won't make a sequel for 20 years. Oh, no, you're allowed to use the content for the next 20 years or 25 years or something,
Yeah.
right? Or whatever amount of time 2020 came to.
25 years.
Okay,
35 years.
35 years. Part of the settlement was we can use the content for the next 35 years,
Yeah.
right? So then they sued them again because Top Gun Maverick wasn't released till 2022.
Oh, because
But
of delayed
Paramount
COVIDness.
said, no, we wrapped it
Yeah.
in 2021 or whatever, which was still within the thing.
So they stopped using it because nobody was saying those words anymore.
Yeah.
In like real life. They're saying them now, but that's because you're watching it on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. My question about Top Gun Maverick wasn't why is it adapted. It's more why is it even nominated at all?
Yeah.
It's not like usually movies like that don't. It's just people flying around in a plane for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they basing Glass Onion because it's like it's a sequel?
Writer-director Ryan Johnson spent the 2019 press tour and awards circuit expressing his love for Agatha Christie mysteries. Well, that
That's
doesn't
dumb.
mean
Yeah.
his Knives Out screenplay would earn an Oscar nomination. Yeah, I can't really find it.
Yeah, so my pick for that category would be, I don't know, probably Women Talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So adapted is women talking. I in my research I'm just doing now live on air. It's not coming up with anything adapted.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. That's fine.
This is from, that's a Digital Commons. In 2019, the 2019 film Knives Out. No, that's a different movie.
Maybe, I don't know, because it had the same people in it. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but then the Ringer.com says Glass Onion brought Knives Out to the next level. Give it the best adapted screenplay Oscar. But this is just going to be an argument for why it should win the Oscar, not why it should be called adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
How Oscar voters choose between these contenders will likely boil down to 4 key questions.
Oh, God.
Which adaptation had the highest degree of difficulty? Which adaptation best retained the spirit of the original while also kind of sort of doing its own thing? Which screenplay was the biggest reason the movie was good? Which writer do I want to see possess an Oscar?
Most of those 4 questions, the answer would be Ryan Johnson. Which writer do I most want to see possess an Oscar? Probably Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Which screenplay was the highest reason the movie got made? Not Top Gun.
Which adaptation had the highest degree of difficulty? We don't know because we don't know what Knives Out Glass Onion was nominated from. Dominated from.
Yeah.
Fuck, can't speak.
Maybe they just shoved that in there. Anyway,
well.
for the original screenplay,
Okay, let's go.
the 5 nominees are The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness.
I think Everywhere There All Once.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Banshees of Inisherin won, but I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is more of a complex story.
EEAAO.
Yeah.
How much of the screenplay is the words and the story?
Well, it's this both, because it's an original story and they wrote the words.
That's true.
The people say. So that's an original story. So you would think that that's a more complex story to write other than, Irish people chopping up their fingers. Spoiler
And
alert.
saying feck a lot.
Feck.
Okay.
So yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is my tip for that.
All
award.
right. Let's get
getting into the big ones now, aren't we?
Big ones. The
Ooh.
supporting. It is, well, we're recording this on International Women's Day.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm going to talk about worst supporting actress first.
Okay.
All right. We've got Adria Arjona, Morbius. I've said that wrong. Lorraine Bracco, voice only for Disney's Pinocchio. Penelope Cruz, The 355.
Wow.
Bing Bing Fan, The 355, and The King's Daughter.
Oh.
Mira Sorvino, Lamborghini, The Man Behind the Legend. I didn't even know that was a movie.
That sounds terrible.
Is that like that movie Ford versus...
Yeah, they tried to do that.
Ford versus Ferrari or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I've only seen Morbius and Pinocchio. I'm going to say Mira Sorvino, though.
I think part of the reason of this is also that disappointment as well, is sometimes a really good...
Yeah.
If a good actor does a really poor performance, like Lorraine Bracco's been around for years.
Yep.
Penelope Cruz and Mira Sorvino have won Oscars.
Yeah, that's why I think Mira Sorvino. Because,
But her dad died recently, so I'm going to go with Penelope Cruz.
all right.
Or
so-
there's one that's nominated for 2 different movies. Surely, of course, the year.
She's been
By
the worst
aggregate.
actress in the year. I'm going to say something about Mira Sorvino, right? There are sometimes actors where you see them do something and you're like, they're the best actor of their generation.
Yeah.
And then you see them do something else and you're like, how do they have a SAG card?
We'll watch Robin Hood soon.
Yep.
And apparently the person who was a great actor for one movie is terrible in that.
Yeah.
That's Jamie Foxx for everybody listening.
Well, and then we get like Halle Berry has won an Oscar. But Halle Berry as Storm?
That was for money. Sometimes they do it for money.
Yeah, but you can do something for money and still act well.
Well, can I say Anna de Armas? I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
There are people that then, because they are the next big thing, will get great movies thrown at them.
Yeah.
But then they'll also get a bunch of shit thrown at them.
And they'll also get
and they'll
blonde
just go,
thrown at them.
Yeah, they'll just go, I need to make as many movies as I can now. And then you end up with Sandra Bullock doing The Blind Side and All About Steve in the same year.
I'm tipping Mira Sorvino, even though Bing Bing Fan is nominated for 2. I just don't feel like a movie like The 355 in the current climate is going to win.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be an interestingly received thing if the Razzies go, hey, look at these women that tried to make a spy movie.
Yeah.
Bang, they're shit.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's only really been the boy incel fans that have canned every women's remake of something. And Razzies, I don't think, want to associate themselves with that. So I'm tipping Mira Sorvino for Lamborghini, the man behind the legends, even though I haven't seen it.
Cool.
Um,
That's great.
you have Best Supporting Actress.
I
in
do.
A supporting
I do
role.
have a few nominees here.
Yep.
The first one is Angela Bassett
Oh, she did the thing.
for Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
Hong Chow for The Whale.
Yep.
Kerry Condon's for The Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I called that from the start. Stephanie Hsu.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't getting much talk as much as everybody else in the
you
cast.
said she wasn't nominated for Golden Globe, and I don't think she was nominated for a BAFTA either.
No.
But-
a SAG, yes.
Yeah, but she is as good, certainly, as Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think she's better in that movie.
Yeah.
That's all I've seen her in as well. I
What do you
think,
think?
well, I'm really torn.
Angela Bassett is very good in Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Okay, this is my thinking. Angela Bassett, here's the thing. You've got a couple of women actresses that's redundant, that have been around for a very long time
Yep.
and that do very good work and everybody loves.
Yes.
With Angela Bassett
And
and
Stephanie Hsu.
Jamie Lee, she is all of us,
yeah, okay.
right?
Yep.
And we know that the Oscars love to be like, "Oh, this is a good enough performance that we can finally give this person their
Yeah.
thing."
To make up for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking that Angela Bassett's performance is very good
Yep.
and good enough for them to be like, it's about time. Right?
Okay.
But I really like Kerry Condon in The Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, okay. You
Right?
think she could be snubbed?
We could get a snubbage. We could get an Angela Bassett snubbage. Sorry, I said that wrong.
On the-
Angela Bassett.
On the record, Brett does not believe in the snub.
I don't believe in the snub. Look, it could be any one of them, but I'm far out. I'm going to go with Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Because of the longevity, and she's great.
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
Politically. Because there's lots of talk of Nepo,
Nepo
babies.
babies.
And so I think the Academy will see this as a chance to be like, no, we want to say Nepo babies are not just because they're children of. Look how good Jamie Lee Curtis is.
Yeah.
She's better than Maya Hawke.
She's a oh, give it 30 years.
Yeah, okay.
She's a double Nepo baby.
She is.
Well, so's Maya Hawke.
Did you see her BAFTA speech where she was like,
SAG speech.
oh, fuck, SAG speech?
Yeah.
Where she was like, this is the ring that my mother, Janet Leigh, Tony
Yeah.
Curtis, father, they hated each other at the end.
Yeah. But from that, they gave me and my sister.
She mentioned Nepo babies 3 times at the SAG.
She was funny because they do that thing at the SAGs where they go, I'm such and such. I got my first. She goes, my first professional role was in a TV show called Petticoat Junction.
Yep.
That was a remake of a movie my dad did.
My father, Tony Curtis.
Yeah. I got fired from that job.
Yep.
And then everybody laughed and goes, but if I didn't get fired, I wouldn't be able to do a very small independent horror movie called Halloween.
And then everyone
And then
cheered.
she's like, you know, when she goes, my father did. I know, Nepo baby.
Yeah. She is, like, I've on the record off the podcast about Nepo babies.
Nepo-
It can be their first gig, but she got fired from Petticoat whatever because probably she was terrible. But then she was good in Halloween and got more roles from that.
But did she only get Halloween because she's Janet Leigh's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
But she was good in it, good enough to get other movies after that.
Yeah,
Because
Halloween 2.
Well, she didn't get
Fish Called Wanda
She didn't get Fish Called Wanda because she was Tony Curtis's daughter.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a Tony Curtis thing. Oh, unless you look at...
I think that with the Nepo baby thing,
Yep.
the Nepo baby will get them in the door and sometimes get them their first gig.
Yes.
But for them people that have been around for 40 years,
Yeah. It's not the kind of nepotism that gets you to be a partner of your father's law firm,
no.
because you can be completely incompetent and still be the partner of someone's law firm.
Yep.
You can't be completely incompetent and have a 30-year movie career.
Okay.
There's no terrible actors that have been
That's
that
true.
have been being terrible actors for
Yeah.
as long as Jamie Lee Curtis has been a good actor.
Yeah. True.
All right, but you're going Angela Bassett anyway.
Angela
I'm
Bassett.
going JLC.
I wouldn't be surprised if JLC won.
Back to the Razzies, we are going to Worst Supporting Actor. Pete Davidson, cameo role, bit rough, in Good Morning,
yeah.
so he must have been awful. Tom Hanks in Elvis, Xavier Samuel in Blonde, Mod Sun in Good Morning, and Evan Williams in Blonde.
Those guys in Blonde aren't in it that much.
They're the threesome.
Yeah.
I thought they were better.
I didn't think they were that
I
bad.
thought they were better than Adrian Brody.
I thought they were better than Anna de Armas.
I thought they were better than her vagina.
Adrian Brody? Oh, Adrian Brody was a vagina god.
Adrian Brody played unnamed husband number 2.
Yes. Daddy, number 14.
Yeah.
Um,
I am going to say...
well, you were going to say Tom Hanks then, weren't you?
You're not going to like it, but I'm actually going to say Tom Hanks.
I wouldn't be surprised. I called it from the start.
Will Smith has won Oscars and Razzies.
So is Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
Halle Berry.
Ben Affleck.
Probably. Yes.
He hasn't
Not
won an
for
acting
acting.
Oscar, but
There's
he's
plenty
won...
that do both. You know, one year, Sandra Bullock was nominated for a Razzie and an Oscar in the same year.
That was Will Smith last year.
She went to both. She went to the Razzies and was like, thanks. And then, like, the next day, she's at the Oscars being like, fuck you. I just won an Oscar.
I would 100%... If I was nominated, I would 100% go to the Razzies.
Of course I would do that.
My goal is not to host the Vanity Fair Oscars party. I want to host the Two Brothers Entertainment Razzies party.
Yeah, great. Let's do it.
In Melbourne.
We're doing it this week, people. You're invited.
We're doing it this week, but it's on Saturday night at Pride.
Yeah.
All right. Where's our best supporting actor for you, please?
We have 5 nominees. Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway. Judd Hirsch for The Fablemans. Barry Keoghan is apparently how we're pronouncing that, for The Banshees of Inisherin. And Ki Hee Kwan / Short Round for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's in, isn't it?
He's getting that.
That's a given.
He's winning that.
Brendan Gleeson, I know, has had a very good career, so I'm sure he's great.
Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan. Keoghan? I would have just said Keegan.
Keegan. Say it Irish style. Barry Keegan.
But you never know. It could be Barry Curtis.
Coughlin.
Were very good. But Ki Hee Kwan's on it.
Judd Hirsch was apparently given kind of a bit of free reign.
He's not in it for long either.
Fablemans. He's probably in it longer than Pete Davidson's
Well,
in
it is
Good
a
Morning.
bit of a cameo role because he's like, it's just one bit and then he goes and you never see him again.
Okay.
But it's Judd Hirsch. But so I yeah.
So you're
Ki
going
Hee
with
Kwan.
Ki Hee Kwan. Okay,
Yeah.
because he's won everything else.
And he's very good.
Yeah, he is.
Very good.
Oh, I put a Q instead of an H.
I
All
would
right.
be absolutely shocked if he didn't win. Putting it out there.
Oh, I've written these in the wrong spots too. Okay. Razzies, lead actress. Or worst actress. Bryce Dallas Howard, Jurassic Park Dominion. Diane Keaton, Mac and Rita. Kaya Scodelario, The King's Daughter. Alicia Silverstone, The Requiem.
There's some big names in that.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bryce Dallas Howard
Okay, good.
because
Nepo baby.
everyone phoned it in, but she phoned it in on a Nokia 3310. Like, hers was...
At least Diane Keaton's was an iPhone 5.
Yeah, Diane Keaton had an iPhone 5, which is probably at Diane's age, all she can manage.
Yep. On the big, she got big
Yeah.
text.
Alicia Silverstone was doing it on an iPad.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard was the worst acting performance of that movie.
And
Not-
that's saying something.
Yeah, not because I think the T-Rex acted better. Not because she acted badly, but because I felt like she didn't act.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
it was
Yeah.
just like, I am saying the lines now to Chris Pratt, who I am meant to be madly in love with. I am trying to protect this girl from dinosaurs and the evil lab people now.
So she was just like, as the check cleared,
Yeah.
yep, I am now delivering my dialogues.
That's
Yes.
That's how
So your BDH is the
Nepo
pick for JPD.
Nepo Howard.
All right.
Okay.
No Nepos in this one. Actress in a leading role for good movies. Or blonde.
Actually, can I say they're going to make a late run because they've only nominated 4.
Yeah,
Just
just
gonna
surprise
just
nomination.
go, oh, and the winner is Anna de Armas.
Back in the day, you could be a write-in candidate for the Oscars.
Oh, really?
You could just write your own thing. Go, Dear Academy, my name is Betty Davis. I'm really good.
Dear Academy, my name is Anna de Armas, and I am a good actor, but this is a shit movie. Take pity on me.
Yeah. So Kate Blanchett, Tar.
Yep.
Anna de Armas, blonde. Andrea Riseborough, Leslie. Michelle Williams, The Fablemans. Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, you smiled through to Leslie. Tell us the story there, please.
Well, it was a complete shock of a nomination. Nobody'd heard of this thing.
Was it a write-in?
It wasn't a write-in, but it did cause some controversy. So after it, they did like a little investigation.
Yep.
Because apparently there was a group of people like campaigning via social
her.
media for her and being like, nominate her in this and blah, blah, blah.
Was it like that year Tom Gleeson won the Gold Logie?
Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah.
But on a slightly higher level, and she's not going to
The
win.
Logies?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So they looked into that and like,
So is it a good
against
movie?
the rule. No, I'm not watching it. Not wasting my time.
Okay. So you're not saying she's going to win?
She's 5th place.
All right. Yep.
4th place is Anna de Armas.
Yeah. 6th place is Anna
3rd
de
place
Armas.
is Michelle Williams.
Okay.
And then in a tie for 1st place, I can't
You
pick.
can't pick it.
But I think the best decision they could make would be to give it to Michelle Yeoh.
Okay.
It's a great role. It's different from normal things they give it to.
It's a
She's
political
been
point.
around for years.
It's a political point.
and
Kate's already won.
Kate's won a couple of ones already. Do you know that of all the acting nominees this year, she's the only one that's won one before?
Of all 20 of them?
Of all 20 of them.
Wow. Well, she
Yeah.
won't win then.
Yeah. So look, it's a very close 2-horse race. I can't pick it, but Michelle Yeoh.
Okay.
But if Kate Blanchett won, I would not be upset.
I don't think anyone will be upset with
Twitter
the
will
way she was.
explode.
Yeah, with everything lovers.
But yeah,
But she was good.
she was very good.
I
And
also
they're also
don't
just
think...
completely different movies.
Yeah.
And completely different roles.
I also don't think the mad fans of Everything Everywhere All at Once, most of them will have gone to see Tar,
No.
so you can't compare.
But also, if you say the Oscar goes to Kate Blanchett, nobody's going to go there and go, oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was like, what did you
fucking
read
Kate
some
Blanchett.
headline before that said that Bradley Cooper got snubbed when they gave the Oscar to Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, I was trying to think when they were even nominated at the same time.
But it doesn't matter because one of them is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. One guy makes 5 movies a lifetime and is the greatest actor ever. Bradley Cooper makes 5 movies a year and he's okay.
Yeah. Speaking of more than one movie in a year, Tom Hanks is also nominated for Worst Actor
What for, Lee?
for
Man Called
Disney's
Otto.
Pinocchio.
Right.
So for Worst Actor, we've got Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, for Good Morning. Pete Davidson, voice only for Marmaduke.
Oh, him again as well.
Tom Hanks as Geppetto. I don't know why that was specified. Disney's Pinocchio. Jared Leto in Morbius. And Sylvester Stallone in Samaritan. I don't think they'll give it to Sylvester Stallone.
I would not be surprised if they gave it to Jared Leto because they
think-
clearly didn't like that movie.
I think it will go to Jared Leto, partly because of disappointment, and partly because he wasn't great. And they didn't like, yeah, they're right. They didn't like Morbius.
Well, they clearly didn't like Pinocchio or Good Morning either, but Machine Gun Kelly's not an actor.
Yeah. And I also don't think you could give Worst Supporting Actor and Worst Actor both to Tom Hanks, because then you will be run out of Hollywood.
Yep.
So I'm going with Jared
It'll be
Leto
the last Razzies ever.
for Morbius.
He'll get all his mates. He's got a lot of mates in Hollywood, Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah. And he's America's father.
Yeah.
It'll be like when Donald Trump allegedly didn't tweet storm the Capitol. That's what it'll be.
People will storm the Razzies office.
People will allegedly not tweet about storming the
okay.
Razzies office. And then all of a sudden a man dressed as a yak will be storming through.
And I think the good use of that kind of analogy is that Donald Trump could very easily tweet about the Razzies. He's probably fucking won one before. Worst performance by a host of a reality show.
No, it was surely it was him in Home Alone 2.
Worst actor in a lead role. Donald Trump as the president of the United States. Oh, there you go. Political humour.
I'm all over the place here.
That's fine. You're picking Jared Leto.
Yep. Okay.
Are you?
Yep.
Actor in a good leading role.
Okay. Or act in a leading role in a good leading role. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actor in a good leading role or best performance by a fat suit in a motion picture.
Oh.
Austin Butler, Elvis. Colin Farrell, Banshees
As
of
opposed to
Inisherin.
worst performance by a fat suit, Tom Hanks in Elvis.
Brendan Fraser and his fat suit, The Whale. Paul Mescal, After Sun, Bill Nye, Living.
You've most recently seen Living.
It was very good. I cried. I'd scored high on the cry score.
Can I rant a little bit about acting?
Sure.
I want someone to realise that comedy is acting. Right?
People do realise that.
The Academy doesn't.
The Academy.
Because Bill Nighy has done comedies and Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yeah. That's his whole career.
Yeah. In those movies, he obviously acts very well. Because as soon as you give him something serious, he's nominated for Best Actor.
He was very good in that and understated.
Yeah.
There's no crazy out, I'm screaming at this woman in a fat suit moment. It's very good performance. It's just solid.
I just feel like, and the same is Robin Williams. Not nominated for Mrs. Doubtfire, not nominated for Toys. That was shit. That's fair enough. Not nominated for Fern Gully. Not nominated for Aladdin.
Yeah.
But then, give him a suicidal kid in a boys' high school, nominated straight away.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're very different roles, but comedy actors are very good.
They do on a rare occasion. Well, apparently, according to the Golden Globes, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a comedy.
Was funny. When you said, is her trophy a butt plug? That was funny.
With me being impatient, could have just waited to explain why that was a joke.
Yeah.
Look, again, a 2-horse race. But Austin Butler's my pick.
Austin Butler is who you'd like to win or who you think will win?
Both.
Okay. The fat suit's not going to get him over the line?
Look, I also wasn't a fan of Whale, the movie.
Okay.
It just didn't kind of do the story deep enough. But you watch that performance and you go, oh, it's good. And there's ha-ha. And then there's bits where he's like, oh, my God, this is really intense. The Academy's going to love this. And at the Oscars, usually they show a clip.
Yes.
And I go, that's it. If I wasn't watching it in a cinema, I would have been like, rewind. That's the clip they're going to show
That's
Oscars
what's going
night.
to be on the big screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's good. If Brendan Fraser wins, it'll be a pity. It'll be like, oh, sorry, we did you wrong.
Oh, yeah. And it'll be a makeup for Bedazzled.
Exactly, because he was great in that. A great comedy performance, Lee.
Exactly. And
How
George of
Liz
the
Hurley
Jungle.
wasn't nominated for that as well is beyond me. So
Imagine-
Austin Butler.
Imagine that we have to say Elizabeth Hurley Oscar winner. Thank
Well,
God
did
we
you ever
don't.
think you would say the sentence Matthew McConaughey Oscar winner? No. But here we are.
No. Certainly should have been that one where he dives for the treasure.
Interstellar.
There's that terrible one.
Fool's Gold.
Yeah, Fool's Gold.
Yeah.
All right, we're into the last big 3-4 categories. Director. Worst director. Judd Apatow, The Bubble.
Judd Apatow.
The Bubble is a movie about actors trying to make a movie in lockdown.
Wait, let me
Nope,
guess
it's
who
not.
stars in that. What's her name? Leslie, what's
Leslie
her face?
Mann?
Yeah.
No, it stars none of his usuals, which is probably why it's terrible.
Is that what they all like Judd?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
It's like, I'm in fucking lockdown. I finally got a chance to introduce myself to my kids. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Judd Apatow for The Bubble, Colson Baker,
Oh.
aka Machine Gun Kelly, and Mod Sun for Good Morning, Andrew Dominic for Blonde, Daniel Espinosa for Morbius, Robert Zemeckis for Disney's Pinocchio. I feel like this is going to be a disappointing one and go to Judd Apatow.
I think it's going to go to Blonde because that was all over the place.
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. In
Why?
terms of
Like,
direction,
Why was some bits colour black and white? And I was like, is this like this is when she's being Norma Jean and this is when she's being Marilyn? But I was like, no, because when she's on a movie set, it's black and white. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why is it when she's in the nut job house with her thing, she's
Pinderschloss.
yeah, she's black and white, and then when she's given head to the president, she's colour.
But then
I was just
also,
like, what is happening?
There was some where it was widescreen and some where it was 4:3. And I thought, oh, maybe some of that is her real life. But then when she's doing movie stuff, it's widescreen because
Yeah.
movies are widescreen.
Yeah.
But then, no, they showed All About Eve in the squared, not in the widescreen,
But you know what I didn't like?
when they put her in the movies.
Yeah. But when they did it and then sometimes did it but then didn't do it, that made no sense. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
All About Eve, it's her with George Sanders who got a credit as being himself, I think. And then it was just like, why do they all
George
look like
Sanders as George Sanders as character.
why do they look like bloated whales? Like that was her accent. I'm sorry. That sounds racist.
Yes.
But then in some other one where it was like a scene from Some Like It Hot, it was like her in it. But then in the background, it wasn't Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. It was like some random dude and Jack Lemmon's kid.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So where's his nomination?
All right.
Best disappointment of a son in a motion picture.
I want to go back one to worst supporting actress, but it's a kid. The girl that plays the young Norma Jean, horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, kids can act.
Kids can act.
Pick a good actor. All right, I wrote Espinosa Morbius when I meant to write Dominic
Blonde.
You changed my mind because it is a fucking hot mess. I thought that in the first half that I watched.
Yeah.
Best director.
Best director. Martin McDonagh, Banshees of Inisherin. The Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Steven Spielberg, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, The Fablemans. Todd Field, Tar. And Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness.
I like Tar, but I also like Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes. Look, I'm going to say it. I would not be surprised in this least if they fucking give it to Spielberg.
Oh, really?
It's Spielberg who they love.
Making a movie
Make
about
a movie
Spielberg.
about himself
Yeah.
making movies. They'll be like, oh my God, he's so good. He stole that shot from Raiders. Ugh. You know what I mean? There were a few moments in it I was just like, the dad comes home in a trench coat and a hat. And for
Okay.
some reason, Michelle Williams bought a monkey. It's a bit all over the place. And the monkey jumps up on his shoulder. So it's a man in a trench coat and a hat with a monkey on his shoulder. And I'm like, Indiana Jones.
No,
Indiana Jones.
But isn't that the thing of like, these are things that happened in this kid's real life, and so that's why Steven Spielberg put that shot in Raiders.
Yeah. Yes.
Even
But-
though I think the monkey
which
is
is-
in Last Crusade.
Whichever
But anyway, yes.
And then there were also, I read an article, it was like all the references Spielberg put in The Fablemans. And one was like, in this scene where he's riding down the street in a bike, he got that from E.T. I'm like, it's kids riding a bike down the street. They don't then start flying.
He got that from E.T.
You know, it's like that's a
he
reference
made
to
E.T.
E. There he goes. That's a reference to his
Yeah,
E thing in E.T. Anyway, I don't know.
So
Just Daniels.
it should be the Daniels, I
It should
think.
be the Daniels, but wouldn't be surprised by a Spielberg. Like the directing in Tar was really good.
Yeah, I think it was.
Also, I am very baffled. I'm not going to use the S word.
Okay.
How the whoever German man who directed All Quiet on the Western Front is not nominated in this because it was incredible.
Snub.
I'm saying it snub just because he's German.
There's
Yeah, racial.
All right, so but you're tipping the Daniels.
I'm tipping the Daniels.
All right, now we're on to the bigger one. Worst picture.
God, I love it. I love that the Razzies are even a thing.
Remember the year that they changed it and pushed Best Picture last because they thought it was going to be Chadwick Boseman?
Best actor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it wasn't. And then it was Anthony Hopkins and he wasn't even there.
Yep.
And it was all just like, thanks everyone, see you next year. We'll do better. We'll do better
Thanks for
next year.
coming.
And then
We'll be
somebody's got slapped.
Wow.
Well, that was 2 years later, I think. Anyway, continue.
Worst Picture.
Yeah.
5 nominations. Blonde,
Not
Disney's
surprised.
Pinocchio, Good Morning, The King's Daughter, and Morbius. Blonde.
Done.
I'm just saying Blonde.
I would be surprised. I haven't seen any of those except Blonde. I would not be surprised. I would be surprised if any movie was worse than that. Blonde is up there with one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
The more we talk about it, the more I want to watch The Good Morning.
You know what? I have walked out of the movies once. If I paid to watch Blonde, I would have walked out. Because I essentially did. I put it on Netflix, and then an hour in, I turned it off and went to bed.
Do you know what I was about to do? I was about to Google reviews. Thinking Blonde in my head. It's got a 2.5 on Google.
I think
Blonde.
it depends, because she even came out about it. What's her name? Anna de Armas, not Marilyn Monroe, she's dead. And was like, it wasn't meant to be a movie that people like. In terms of like, it's not meant to be a nostalgic, oh, wasn't she amazing, look back at Marilyn Monroe. It was meant to be like, her life was fucked up. But there's a better way to do that.
Yeah. Well, you think we have previously on Two Drink Cinema reviewed the Tina documentary,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And there was the Tina movie,
Yeah.
right, before that. Tina's life was fucked up. And in that, there were scenes accordingly.
And what
But
happened?
it was a well-made movie.
Angela Bassett got nominated
Yep.
for an Oscar.
Yeah, she did the thing.
She did the thing.
So, for months reading the reviews, and there are a lot of press reviewers who have this movie as less than stellar ratings, just read the 1-star reviews here. That's the opening of this review. I can suspect a few reasons why. It's not woke.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Next.
Also
Moving on.
has a staunch scene displaying the duality of the pro-choice, pro-life. Oh my god! So I'm not going.
Yeah, we can hear it.
About the movie, much was made of the de Armas accent. So here's the thing: somehow, impossibly, it's 98% gone. Let's give her the 2%. Heck, the effort she gave to the role just demonstrates how hard it really is to be an actor.
Piss off.
At issue, perhaps, with some today is the overwhelming femininity displayed, as it must have really existed in another time and place in the world.
Also, can I just say with it's bad casting in my mind.
Yeah.
She's too thin.
Yeah, a huge part of her Marilyn Monroe was her curviness.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I was Anna de Armas, I wouldn't even go to the Oscars. But she will.
Will be a seat warmer.
Can I talk about good movies yet? Oh, what's your pick, Blonde? We're going with
Oh, yeah,
Blonde.
Blonde. Yeah.
Great.
I found myself increasingly angry watching this film and wondered if Joyce Carol Oates is to blame for the distortion in the facts of Marilyn Monroe's life. Yes.
You know what?
That's a 1-star.
Well,
Anyway.
you can't. This is a thing with biopics as well. You can't say some things are fact or fiction.
Yeah.
You know when you like, oh, what's that thing? I don't know, the Queen.
Yep.
You can't say that is the exact conversation that Queen Elizabeth and Tony Blair had in that room because they're the only two there.
Oh, and you can't, the scenes between Queen Elizabeth and Princess Diana, you can't do those ones because one of them's dead and one of them killed her. Allegedly. No, I didn't say
They're
that.
both dead.
Oh, they're both dead now, yeah. Hey, you forgot Meatloaf died.
Treason! Yeah, but there's a difference between Meatloaf and the Queen. We got a day off for one of them. And I sat here all day and watched Rocky Horror.
I'd rather see Queen perform at the AFL Grand Final.
Oh,
the band.
the Queen?
Not
Oh, no.
the Queen. Queen.
God
All right.
save us all.
Sorry. I'm not saying that allegedly the Queen killed the... They're both dead anyway, and you can't
both dead
know what
and
they said to each other.
Some circumstances are there.
Yep.
Nominees for Best Picture of the Year.
Fuckload.
10. All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm not going to go and read the producers. Avatar: The Way of Water. The Banshees of Inisherin. Elvis. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Scream from the Crowd. The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun, Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, Women Talking. Oh, Francis McNorman, producer.
It is broad.
Look, I don't know.
I think Avatar Way of Water is a great movie. It is a great story, and
Yeah.
it is incredibly well told.
I think it's in 10th place.
But I don't-
Actually,
ninth
9th.
place. Top Gun
Elvis
Maverick.
Is, oh, no, I was going to say Elvis.
Yeah. See, there's a whole balancing thing of like best picture. How much do you rate of story? How much do you rate of making?
It's the whole thing.
Yeah. So I think Avatar ticks the big boxes of very good story and very well told and very well made.
It's well directed. It's probably good acting as well.
Yeah.
The first one was. I would say I'm still to this day will go to my grave. I'm dying. Saying that Zoe Saldana should have been nominated for an Oscar for the first one.
She should have been nominated. If she should have been nominated for an Oscar for the first one, she should 100% be nominated for an Oscar for this one.
Ooh, wow.
Because I think her acting performance is better in this one than the first one.
You know who's a good actor who will never get a thing?
Spoiler alert. She loses a child in this movie, right? And
Is that the way of the water?
You wouldn't say, well, not me, but generally, you wouldn't say people would cry in Avatar, right? A movie like Avatar, right? I would. but
Oh,
I cried
you
everything.
would, yeah.
But there were people in the cinema crying.
Oh, wow.
Not
She is
because
good.
I don't think because the kid died. They were crying empathetically with Zoe Saldana's character, and the way the Na'vi.
Were you at the mother's session?
Oh, I just about should have been. There was a bloody 3-year-old that wouldn't shut up 2 seats down from me. Fancy taking your kid to a 3-hour movie that starts at 7:30 at night.
Taking your kid to that movie at all?
Yeah, it'll be in Disney Plus in a week and a half. So just watch it then.
No, she's good.
She's very good, and she portrays this human/animalistic representation of the Na'vi people incredibly well.
Yeah.
My one issue with Avatar Way of Water is stereotyping, right? The first movie, we're like, the Na'vi are most definitely not African. They
Yes.
are,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
The Way of
All
Water.
those people were played by people of colour.
The Way of Water.
No, not.
They're not, but also the other tribe are not. But also, I want to tell you what the other tribe looks like.
Do you want to on air?
They
It's
go
problematic. Are we
they-
going to get cancelled?
Go to out in the middle of the ocean, a whole lot of tropical islands.
Oh no.
They have face tattoos.
Oh no.
James Cameron has just gone, what are we going to make this island tribe look like? Who's that Polynesian guy? It's 100% just like Pacific Islander people are this tribe of islander people.
Yeah.
That's I think a reason why it might not win Best Picture. But other than that, it's very well made and well
I think
told.
the other reason it won't win Best Picture is that there's about 7 better movies on this list.
I do want to watch All Quiet on the Western
All
Front.
Quiet on the Western Front is amazing, but I don't think it'll win.
Well, at least it's there so you don't have to read the book.
Yeah. It's also a second time that movie's been made, so I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah, true.
Look, I don't know. I think everybody thinks Everything Everywhere All at Once is a clear front runner, but I think it's a lot closer than that.
You're ruling out Maverick. You're ruling out Avatar.
It won't be Avatar or Top Gun Maverick or Triangle of Sadness or Elvis.
I've heard Triangle of Sadness is very good, though.
Yeah, but I just think it's not.
Best Picture good.
Yeah. Women Talking. Look, it could be one of those years where everybody's all over the place and they don't know what they're doing. So then, like, fucking Women Talking wins.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it will be Everything Everywhere All at Once. But Banshees of Inisherin and Tar could also win.
Okay. We're going to put these up on our socials. Oh, the pen ran out. The pen that I've been clicking the whole way through this episode. Apologies, everyone.
Yep.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. We're going to put our predictions up on our socials at 2 Drink Cinema. So follow us on the 4 big ones.
Yeah.
Be Real, MySpace,
Snapchat and
Snapchat
Pinterest.
and Pinterest. We are on there, as well as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yes.
Okay. And join our Facebook group if you want to have your predictions and tell us those before Sunday night / Monday afternoon. Tuesday, we will release our Oscars Razzies review as a bonus episode.
Yep.
Which we'll also be recording here.
There are a few every year, people deep dive, myself included,
Yes.
into potential history making things.
Oh, yeah.
And the like. There are some obvious history making things when a movie like Everything Everywhere All at Once with the cast that it has gets made and nominated for a lot.
Yep.
So there, I think that'll happen a bit. But I got for the first time since the 7th Academy Awards,
Oh, wow.
right? In 1935,
Wow.
all 5 Best Actor nominees are first-time nominees,
Wow.
right? Across all the categories, only 4 performers have previously been nominated for an Oscar.
Okay, wow.
Kate Blanchett, she's hogging them, she's got 8.
Rude.
Michelle Williams, Angela Bassett, and Judd Hirsch.
Across the 4 actors.
Yeah,
Yep.
the 4
Acting nominations.
categories.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. So a lot of first timers. Judd Hirsch now has the longest record between nominations.
Oh, really? When
Yeah.
was his last one?
1980.
And he hasn't been nominated for anything since.
Nah.
Till now.
So 42 years.
Wow.
Right? Cray cray. It's also the first time since 1977 that there have been 2 movies that have got 4 acting nominations.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah, and the Banshees of Inisherin.
Banshees of Inisherin. But not in the 4 categories for Everything,
Nah,
Everywhere, All
because
at Once.
there's
Yep.
double ups. Yeah. The other, John Williams is now the oldest Oscar nominee ever.
And he will be again next year.
Old. Hopefully.
Hopefully makes
He
it.
is also holds the record for the most nominated living person.
Wow.
53. 53
Crazy. It's
nominations.
pretty good.
But he still has 9 to go to catch up to Walt Disney.
Yeah, well, he produced 1 million movies.
Yeah, Walt Disney has 59 nominations and 22 wins.
Do you think John Williams should just do a Bruce Willis year? Just next year, just release 9 movies? And just hope he gets nominated for all of them?
Yeah, just go, what can I get? Let's go. Wait, are they making that Harry Potter Cursed Child movie? Do that. Thank you.
If he does 5 movie scores
Yeah, there'll be another Star
and
Wars.
writes 5 songs,
Well,
done. 10.
surely he's doing the Indiana Jones 5 music.
Oh.
That,
I'm
new
putting that
Harry
out there.
Potter,
That's going to get Razzies.
a new Star Wars.
Indy 5's going to get Razzie nominations next year. Hopefully Harrison
Spielberg's
Ford.
making another movie, so...
Hopefully Harrison Ford gets Razzie nominations next year, so it's like, stop doing it, Harrison.
Yeah.
Anything else Oscar noteworthy?
This isn't a thing for me, what people are going on about, right? Angela Bassett
Yes.
makes history by becoming the first Marvel person to be nominated. It's the first Marvel movie to be nominated
not
for acting.
Making history, quotes. But it is a thing, right? Because we've said it about comedies, and it's often similar about action movies.
Yeah.
Action movies often don't get, other than special effects, editing, sound,
Yeah.
any recognition or enough recognition from the Academy. Some action movies, not Top Gun Maverick, have great acting performances.
Yeah.
Not necessarily some of the Marvel ones. Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther was very good. Mm-hmm. But
Michael B. Jordan was terrible in the first one, just put it out there.
But it also depends what you count as acting. Like, I think for another 40 years, when someone says Robert Downey Jr., they will just think Iron Man.
Yep.
And they will write comics now for the next 30 years where Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
Yeah.
So I think that's good acting. He didn't cry,
Yeah.
and he didn't, yell and scream and be angry, or wear a fat suit.
Yeah.
But he's still a good actor
Yeah.
within what it is.
I mean, he gets nominated when he does blackface.
Well, we don't have enough time to talk about that, okay? And if Ben Stiller's not apologising,
Yeah.
then I'm not for saying that
Lead into blackface.
I've never done blackface. I've never
Okay.
also got a skin transplant like Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder.
There's a couple more which are quite impressive. Steven Spielberg is now tied for directing the most Best Picture nominees with 13 films,
Oh, wow.
which is crazy.
Tied with who? Judd
William
Apatow.
Wyler.
Oh, William Wilde.
old.
He's old.
He did like Ben-Hur and shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've heard of him.
But I also
Heard
feel
of
like, was it
Ben-Hur.
him or somebody else that's won like 4? Anyway. In addition, Spielberg also holds the record for the first and only director to be nominated for Academy Awards in 6 different decades.
Oh, he's done the share of the Oscars.
Yeah, he's the share of the Oscars.
Wow.
70s, 80s, 90s, 1000s, 10s, 20s.
What was his movie in the 60s, Spielberg?
No, 70s.
70s. 70s, 80s, 90s,
Jaws.
1000s, 10s, 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Cray.
you for- I'll just got to confirm it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the share of the Academy Awards.
Yeah. And our Kate the Great,
Oh, yep.
is appearing in her 10th Best Picture nominee, which is a record as well. Crazy.
She's a quality actor.
She does good shit, Kate.
Sometimes it's also just making good choices.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like she doesn't do a lot of movies, but they're all good. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, if you think, he's been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't made that many movies.
No.
He's still on Titanic money, so that's fine.
Yeah, and Kate Blanchett's still on Thor money.
Yeah, she's on Thor Ragnarok money.
Yep.
That's fine. Every now and then you got to do. She's still on Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull
Oh my
money.
God. Forgot about that. So, yeah, if anyone ever comes up to Kate Blanchett and was like, I know you won for Tar and you're great, but do you remember Thor Ragnarok? She'll be like, no. Do you remember Crystal Skull? And I'll be- She's always got that comeback.
And you go, it's great. She's won 3. And if I was Kate Blanchett, right? They're like, I can't believe you won 3. That's a lot. And I would have been going, I should have 4. Fuck off.
Yeah. Fucking Gwyneth.
Piss off, Gwyneth.
All right. That's our preview of the two biggest
getting
awards.
closely.
Two biggest awards events on the
Getting pretty
calendar.
excited. I would also like to thank the Academy for putting the awards on a public holiday, Australia
yeah.
time, so I don't have to take a day off work to watch them. I would have, but it's
But
very
I couldn't
convenient.
have, so we couldn't have watched them together.
Yeah,
So thank you to the Academy and thank you for the Razzies. We'll have our Razzies after party. We'll be at Pride Sunday night.
Yeah.
Why not? We're going there now.
yep,
So let's wrap this up because we ordered dinner.
we did.
All right. Thanks for listening to another episode of Two Drink Cinema. Join the Facebook group or jump onto our socials to let us know what you think will win all of the categories we talked about tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks for listening to this episode of Two Drink Cinema. Make sure you've subscribed so you don't miss any future episodes.
Please share this episode with a friend and leave a rating and review. It goes a long way to help us reach a bigger audience.
This show is produced by Two Brothers Entertainment on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and we pay our respects and acknowledge their elders past, present and emerging.
Follow us on all your social platforms and join our Facebook group to connect with us. Thanks for listening, happy watching, and please drink responsibly.